Hello, and welcome to another episode of Church Technology, the show where we talk about all the different technologies that you use in your church every week, throughout the week, whatever. We're talking whether it be an IT type thing, or whether it be even like paging your parents when the kids need to come be picked up from the nursery, or you're talking about sound systems, video systems, lighting, you name it. We're going to talk about it all here. And this week, we're actually going to talk about video streaming services. So this past week, I actually had some experience with a company I never used before. And I got some questions before about this, so I decided this would be a good week to talk about it because I have a new company that I didn't work with before. And I have worked with quite a few streaming companies, and we're going to go through a lot of them and talk about them tonight on this show. I wasn't overly impressed by the one I got to use this past week. In fact, when I go through each one, I will explain the pros and cons to each. I use quite a few of these currently, so I'm pretty familiar with quite a few of the ones I'm getting ready to go through. And the thing is, the streaming quality is getting better and better all the time. So, and the thing is, it's also getting less expensive. So there's other options that are now from big name companies that have decent streams for free. So there's sometimes not a reason to even spend money. And I'll give you some of the pros and the cons to each of these as we go through them. So before we get too far, this show is recorded every Monday night at 7 p.m. And you can come and chat with us and watch us live at tech-zen.tv/live every Monday night. So I want to make sure that if you want to come and ask questions, you're welcome to come and join the chat room and ask questions at any time. You can also follow TechZen TV at facebook.com/TechZenTV if you're on Facebook. And if you want to watch the other shows that we have, you can go to youtube.com/TechZenTV, or you can always go to our website. It's tech-zen.tv. All of our shows are there. Our show notes are there. And we have many other shows that you might be interested in as well. We cover lots of different subjects on TechZen TV, and we're adding more all the time. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into this week's discussion items. So, first one is Ustream. Now, this has probably been one of the most popular ones, especially for all kinds of broadcasters. They were one of the first. They are still a very high quality stream. However, if you do not want to pay them, the people who are watching your stream will get interrupted with ads right in the middle. So they can be listening to your message or your sermon, and right in the middle of the sermon, they would get interrupted by an ad that I will say sometimes the ads are a bit questionable. Even the ones that come up on the screen are sometimes a bit questionable. So if you're not going to pay, you don't want to pay any money, I would say Ustream may not be the one you want to go to, because their motto is if you don't pay, we are going to put ads on to pay for it for you. However, if you are willing to pay, the quality is quite good. I will say that their broadcast tool is pretty good. There's actually a OEM version, I guess is the way they describe it, of Wirecast. It has a lot of features taken out of it. However, the Wirecast encoder is probably one of the best encoders of any software out there. It is like the number one encoding software. There a lot of the features are taken out. You can't do multi-camera inputs and things like that unless you want to pay for the edition, which I believe may just be Wirecast itself. I do not know how they're actually doing that. But their software for encoding is great. It's very easy to use, and it's pretty flexible as well. So that's Ustream. Again, that's probably one of the most popular ones out there. So here's one of the things I also want to differentiate between some of these sites. This is what I consider a sociable site. And here's why I say that. Ustream publishes out to the site and other people as other places as well when shows come live. So they help to promote your church in a way, because they're telling people this is live now. So, and it's actually on their front page. So they help to promote you. They also do great social integration, and they will allow you to tweet out when you go live and integrate with all kinds of social media. They allow you to get to social media and work with it very nicely and closely. and it's all built in to Ustream to do that. It doesn't require much additional effort. So that's a great thing about Ustream. And as I go through each of these, I'm going to talk about that a little bit, because some of these are the exact opposite of that, and some of them do nothing. So I just want to continue to go through. So Ustream's an option. It's still a very valid option out there. So let's go look at this one. This is probably, if you're going to go to a paid service, this is my number one. BitGravity is rock solid. They have the best streaming that I've ever used. The streaming, and then they can do multiple. So you send them one data stream, and they'll break it out into like an iPhone stream or an Android stream, and also a HD stream. They break it out all these different streams just from you sending them one stream. They are a little bit more expensive. However, their network is like I said, it's rock solid. The HD quality, if you're doing HD, this is a company you look at, and you're willing to spend the money, because their HD broadcasts are top notch. No question, they are top notch. Most of the big broadcasters that are internet broadcasters are probably using BitGravity. I would bet 9 out of 10 are using BitGravity as their primary stream, just because the quality is that good. Again, a little bit expensive. I believe it's like $199 or $209 a month. And let me see if I can maybe get a price here somewhere. I don't see it right off the top of my head, so I don't want to take too much time with that. But yeah, definitely check them out. They do have decent software as well, but their video delivery system is really the best that I've ever seen. All right, so here's the new one that I just got introduced to this week and have actually had some time with, and so it's priced decent. Here's the thing: it's very. I mean, first of all, you say Sunday streams. It's for the church. And if you go look at this, that's priced decently. I would say that $99 a month is probably what most people would need. $250 is a little bit low for doing say you do 4 1 hours a month. That's probably a little bit low. It's close, so you maybe go with it at first and see how it goes. There is an overage charge, so if you get the overage charge, you just go up to the next level. Here's a few things that I've noticed about them. Their video quality is not that great. The audio quality is not that great. Their encoder that they give you an encoder is very, I don't want to say cheesy, but it looks like it was made a few years back. Let's put it that way. It may not have been, but it's very, very basic. You can't do very much with the encoder. There's not a lot of options in the encoder. The other thing is, and the thing that really kind of turned me off from it, was when I went to the page where the stream actually was located. At the bottom, there was a link to the church's Facebook and Twitter. However, the link didn't go to Facebook or Twitter. The link pointed back to Sunday Streams. And this is known as internal linking. So what Sunday Streams is doing is they're taking the link juice that would normally go to you. So this is a whole search engine discussion that I don't really want to get into, but when a link points to you from another page, it gives you a bump or a bonus point, and more things that Google sees, then the higher your ranking is. So in the case of this, they point back to themselves, so they're giving themselves that link juice back instead of giving it to you. So well, one of the other things I wanted to mention about BitGravity too is there is no social integration with BitGravity or Sunday Streams. There is no page people go to say what's streaming right now. These are strictly stream providers. There is no social. Nobody get a drive-by viewer. So in the event that somebody searches on Sunday on Google for a church located, like in my example, in Frederick, Maryland, if it was on Ustream, they would show up on Google towards the top saying there's a live stream from Frederick Christian Fellowship in Frederick, Maryland going on right now. That will not happen with BitGravity. That will not happen with Sunday Stream either. There is no social integration. There is no search engine integration. That is all completely gone with these two companies. And there's other ones coming up here too that I'm going to talk about that exist like that as well. But again, there's just no. This is a very, very basic product, and it's actually, from my experience so far, that it's not one that I would highly recommend if you are going to pay money for something. And here's the reason why I'm not going to recommend it. Here is another one, and I've actually used this one. I've been experimenting with it. It's called Daycast, and if you go look at the plans and pricing, for streaming plans, and they also have a pay-as-you-go plan. But I'm going to talk about the streaming plan. One of the things you're going to notice here is they're $20 less. They actually have a decent stream. It's still not nowhere near the quality of BitGravity. I don't think it's as good as Ustream. Ustream is a pretty decent quality. But from my experience so far, they've been very easy to work with, and I've actually enjoyed working with them. They give you the same amount of bandwidth for $20 less. They don't give you much storage. But if you're not storing your messages or your sermons on the streaming provider, then it doesn't really make a difference. And I don't know many people that do that. So I can definitely recommend you check them out. They have been good so far. I think they're a fairly new company. That's the only thing that kind of scares me a little bit about them. But I've actually had a stream going through them now for over a week, and without any dropped frames. And it actually looks pretty decent. And the audio quality is not bad either. So, I mean, so far, so good with Daycast. But you give them a check out as well. And again, with Daycast, there is no social integration. I mean, they may have a little bit of social integration with Facebook and stuff like that, but there's no, not really a social integration like Ustream has. So far, the ones we've gone through, Ustream is really the only one that has that social integration and search engine integration as well. So the next couple I'm going to do are, and let me explain a little bit about some of these as we go forward. They start out as free, and you can buy, you can pay for premium services as well. The first one here is Justin TV, is a streaming provider. I stream to this one at 24 hours a day with our broadcasts, and it's an okay. But let me tell you the other part of Justin TV. The other half of Justin TV is called Twitch TV, and Twitch TV is for video gamers. So if your son's on Xbox, he can install Twitch, and he can broadcast his game into Twitch. Well, the problem with that is Justin kind of gets some of the same kind of people in there. Their stream quality is okay. It's better if you pay for it, but there's a lot of social integration and search integration, but I'm not sure this is the audience that you get the best benefit out of. And in the long term, I don't think the video is as good as some of the other ones. I think Daycast and Justin TV are at least equal. Daycast maybe even be a little bit better, but it's an option. It's a free option. So if you're trying to do this on the cheap, here is a free option that you can look at with some social integration. And again, there are some ads. Typically, the ads are start ads. So after you start the video, the ad comes up. They're never bothered in the middle of it. That could change at any time, though. So just keep that in mind. That if you're using a free service, they could make that change to do ads at any time they wanted to. Again, Justin TV does it in the very beginning only, not throughout the actual message or sermon. So they'd have like a minute commercial in the beginning or 30 seconds, whatever it ends up being, and that would be it. They would never be interrupted again. So here's another one that goes along the same as Justin TV, Vaughn Live. My only concern would be with Vaughn is, again, it's very limited as far as the categories that you're in. I didn't find anything with religion in there. If you look at some of the videos that are going by, you're going to see some of them are in the questionable range as well. So again, I'm not sure you'd want to host your church site at a place like this as well. But again, if you're doing it on cheap, this is another free one you can do as well. And this is another one that puts ads in the very beginning. There's no ads in the video stream itself. The quality's it's okay. Not one that I would necessarily jump at myself. So let's go to another one. And this is, first of all, you see that Vaughn is also socially integrated with search engines like that too. So very, very much socially integrated, not like Sunday streams where there's like or the opposite of being socially integrated. So you go down to live stream. Here's another one, and this is kind of event based. So they do things a little bit differently, and it takes a little bit to get a handle on. But you basically would set up an event for your Sunday morning services, and they would help promote the event. You see down here at the bottom, it's a featured events, but you can search for events or photos or videos or whatever. So it's not a bad option. It just takes a little bit more to manage. And I believe there is I do not pay for this particular one, but I do. Here's plans and pricing. I do stream to them 24 hours a day. Let's see what they have for. Well, it says ad free, although I've seen ads in the very beginning, so I can't say that for sure. Let me see what's different about these. Oh, so event archives are gone. No vanity URLs. Google Analytics is gone. So you can see some things down here that, well, okay, there's Facebook integration. If you go with the $3.99 one, let's see, what's the big thing? Okay, well, see, the thing is, they also have their own editing software and broadcasting software. That's what the Enterprise and the Premium is going to bring in. You see down here that they talk about also white label things. So for the most part, you could probably get away with the free account with Livestream. It's not something, I mean, here's the thing, depending on what you're using to stream with, you can stream to more than one. I stream right now to 6 different streams at one time, although I'm going to drop that down. I'm trying to take the 4 major ones, and the next 2 are 2 that I'm definitely moving to, and going to start dropping some of the other ones. So I'm probably going to drop Vaughn. And I won't drop Justin for this channel because we get a lot of drive-by type traffic where people just come in and hop in. But so anyways, live stream is definitely an option. Think about it, and it does help to promote you on the live stream site. How much traffic does live stream get? I don't know. They're not a Ustream, so you won't get the kind of bump out of it as you do out of Ustream. All right, so here's a new up-and-coming one, and I am now streaming live to this one. I am streaming live to Dailymotion. So Dailymotion is like a YouTube. They have all kinds of different categories in here. I do not think there's a religion category there. That's my only concern with Dailymotion. But for most of our shows, they fit us quite nicely, actually. And they're out of New York. I actually know some people who know them very well, and came very highly recommended. And so far, I've been very happy with Dailymotion. They are also hosting, like I said, like a YouTube. So they hold our videos. All our videos are up there in Dailymotion as well. And we tend to get a lot more traffic out of than we do YouTube. Maybe because it's smaller and we're not competing with everybody that's in YouTube. I don't know how that actually is playing out there. However, you can do live streaming. And there's a couple of tricks to live streaming. You need to become a certified, it's called Certified. And then it's certified.dailymotion.com. You can go there and you can sign up for it. And they approve you, and then at that point you can upload any length of video in addition to setting up live streaming. And I've only been doing this for a little over a week, but so far so good with it. I've been using Dailymotion for longer than a week, but I've only been doing the live streaming for about a week, and so far so good with that. So that's another one to check out. And again, that is free. There is no cost to that one. So I'm saving the best to last here. So here's something that most people don't realize is that YouTube now has live streaming. Actually, they have it in 2 different ways too. You may have heard of the Hangouts on Air, which is a live streaming thing, but it's kind of ugly looking because it sends out not a clean output. So with YouTube Live, you can send out a clean output. So here's the only thing that you have to use YouTube. Is you need to already have a channel with videos in it, and you need to have over 100 subscribers to that channel. Now, most churches can probably get that out of the congregation in no time just by asking for it. So if you already have a YouTube channel out there with your videos from your church, just ask your congregation to go out to that channel and click the like button there, and it will be, or subscribe button, and it will increase your count. As soon as you get over 100, you can go to YouTube and say, I'd like to do YouTube Live, become a partner. And at that point, you can stream free in HD to YouTube. So I've been doing this now for well over a month, maybe 2 months now, and it actually works out very well. Here is the only thing that is weird about it, and I don't quite understand why this is. But you can have up almost to like a 30-second delay. So you can be behind 30 seconds all the time with YouTube. There's some process that's going through that is slowing it down by that far. And I don't know what that process is. And it's not a big deal because people aren't in the room with you when you are actually doing this. So it doesn't really matter. However, I have guests that sometimes like to watch the live stream. And it's already messing with their head because they're always a few seconds behind, from live stream. It's never like right on. And I do send them a view of what I see on my side with the camera, so they can see what's on screen. They can see all the cameras. Some of them just like to stream it separately. However, if they do that with YouTube, they are all messed up because they are literally 20 to 30 seconds behind what's going on live. It does them absolutely no good. But that's the only thing I wanted to throw out there as a potential caveat to the YouTube. So far, if I had to go through these and you weren't wanting to spend any money, I would say YouTube is the way to go. The YouTube quality of video has been incredibly awesome. The audio quality has been good, so they definitely did it correct. Is it as good as BitGravity? It's darn close. For free, it's one of those things where it's darn close. You know, you don't want to spend $300 a month for BitGravity, but YouTube is a close second right behind it. I will tell you that the quality from YouTube definitely is better than Vaughn or Justin TV or Sunday Streams for sure. I can't really comment for sure on the Daycast one because I haven't been using Daycast long enough to get a good solid opinion of it. And if you have a premium Ustream and you're encoding it through their encoder, it's really good as well. But YouTube's pretty close, if not better than Ustream as well. And the thing is, YouTube is free. So all it takes is you to get 100 subscribers to your YouTube channel and you're in. So like I said, I saved the best for last for that one. Okay, so again, come join us on Monday nights at 7 p.m. You can come and chat with us live in the chat room and ask us questions. We'd love to have you in there with us. And you can friend us on Facebook or follow us on Facebook by going to facebook.com/TechZenTV. And if you want to watch us on YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/TechZenTV. Of course, if you want to watch us live, you can watch us live on your Roku. You can actually watch all of our shows on Roku. If you have a Roku, download our app and you're all set. You can download our podcast completely automatically just by going to iTunes or any of your other favorite podcast locations, Dogcatcher, whatever it is, and look for TechZen, and you will find all of our shows, and you can sign up, and they come down completely automatically, not even thinking about it when you do it that way. But if you want to come and watch us live on our website, it's just tech-zen.tv/live. There's a chat room there. You can chat with us. You can watch us. And on many of the networks I just talked about, there's those links there or buttons you can go from one to the other to see how they look as well. And kind of give you your own opinion of what you think of them. That's another way of doing it. All right. That is it for Church Technology this week. We'll see you next week. For show notes for this show, contacts, and more, go to the techzen.tv website where you can get show notes for all of our shows. We love to hear from our viewers and listeners. We have an email, a Twitter, and a phone number where you can contact us for each show. For details, visit the techzen.tv website and get the show details. You can also make a video and upload it somewhere like YouTube or Vimeo and then just send us a link. You never know, you may see your video in a future show. You can get all of our shows delivered automatically to your favorite device by going to your favorite podcast website like iTunes and subscribing. Each of our shows also has a YouTube channel you can subscribe to get regular updates. Our shows are also available on most internet radio networks like Stitcher and TuneIn Radio. You can also watch and listen to our shows on Xbox, TiVo, and Roku. You can even find us on your Zune.